Hi everybody, today I thought I'd show you how to make a granny square because I am actually in the middle of doing a granny square stripe jumper with some granny squares in it. When you first start crocheting, people think this is the simplest thing to do and they end up with different size corners and they can actually be totally demoralising them. So this is actually a very what I would consider fail proof, fairly easy one to do. So grab a yarn, grab some hook, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so I have my yarn here. You can start with a magic circle if you want. Sorry for the dog barking in the background. I'm just going to start with a slip knot. Because it's for beginners, I'm just going to do chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in the fourth chain from hook, so I'll count that, count this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now that's your for this one here, this chain 3 is now, I suppose your chain 4 is your first treble crochet, UK double. This is your second one, and again yarn over, back into the same space, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have your first kind of cluster of trebles there. What I'm going to do is chain 1, yarn over, back into that, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, go back in there, yarn over, back into same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, back in there, pull through 2, pull through 2, oops, pull through 2. So you've got one group of 3, chain 1, one group of 3, and chain 1 again, going to unravel some more yarn, and again yarn over, back into this. So we're doing a magic circle, this will be your magic circle. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, once again into that, yarn over, pull through 2, through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2 again. Now that should go you've got 3 groups of 3 trebles. Okay, another single crochet, or sorry, chain, yarn over, back in there, same space, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, back in there, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, last one, yarn over, insert there, yarn over, sorry, I'm always never pulling out enough yarn, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, and what you're going to do is join at the top of the third chain, 1, 2, 3, from your starting round. So slip stitch. Now in crochet, so now sorry, you have 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 trebles and a chain 1. Okay, now if you don't turn your work in crochet, your work will start slanting away. It's just the nature of the game. So to prevent that, you always have to turn your work around. Okay. So now working on the back side, and this time I'm going to find that chain 1 space there, and the way I like to start my rounds is with a slightly different type treble. Yarn over, pull through 2, and chain 2, and that's going to act as our first treble. So back into that space, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Oh, just really getting caught up in a yarn, sorry. Once again, yarn over, through 2. It's your first treble. Now we're going to make a corner here, so I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2. I'm going to go back into that space and put another group of 3 trebles. 2, sorry, 1, through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's our first corner, so it's 3 trebles, 2 chains, 3 trebles. We're not going to chain here. What we're going to do is jump straight over into the next chain 1 space from the first row, yarn over, oh my god, yarn a nightmare, and into the space we're going to put another group of 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles, and that'll be a second corner made. So yarn over, pull through 2, through 2, yarn over, 2, pull through 2. That's your first 3 done. So we're going to chain 2, And we're going to go once again back into that space again, yarn over, pull through 2, 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. So I'm just going to take them back out because there's a wee kind of raggedy bit there, and through 2, through 2, last one in this corner, back in again, through 2, pull through 2. Again, that is your second corner made, so 1, 2. Again, we are not chaining 1 in between these. You can, some people will do it, but you've got to just give yourself a loose granny square. And again, if you want to do that, that's fine. But this one here, just it's nice compact square, gives you good results. So yarn over into the next, chain 1 space from the previous round, insert your hook, yarn over, through 2. So again, we're going to repeat that 3 times, through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, because it's a corner, we're going to chain 2. Okay. Again, yarn over, back in for the second group of 3 trebles, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Let's get in, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, and we go pull through 2, pull through 2. So again, that's your third corner done. 1, 2, 3. So again, if you want, you can chain 1. We're not going to. We're just going to jump straight into the last chain 1 space from previous row. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, back in again, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over for the third time, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 2, and again back into that space again for the last one. Last set of trails for this row. And again, as we're not chaining 1, we're just going to go to the top of our first, chain 3, insert hook, yarn over, oops, and slip stitch. And again, as I say, I'm turning my work because I do not want the slant, which will make, I definitely won't have a square, then I'll have something that's going off like that. Yeah. So turn your work. Now this time, the chain space is here. Now that's your corner. That's your corner. This one here, we do not want to be a corner. So I'm going to start my row as I usually do it by pulling out some yarn for a start. I insert my hook, yarn over, single crochet, chain 2. That's going to be like my first treble, my first UK double. Back into that space, yarn over, pull through 2, and for the third time, yarn over, okay, and that is going to give me my 3 trebles in that space, okay. Again, I am not chaining here to go into this one there, all right, don't want any chains between it. Once you've got this row done, it's just, or this round done, it's just actually the same all the way through. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn pull through 2, pull through 2, do that 2 more times to get your first 3 trebles. Now because this is a corner, we're going to chain 2 in between these 2. And because it's corner, we're going back in again. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and for the third one, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now, this one here is not a corner, so we are not chaining 1. We are just going straight in for our group of trebles. Second treble, UK double, third treble. Okay, so now we've got a corner, a middle stitch. This one here is a corner, so we're not chaining in between it, but we're jumping straight in and putting our group of 3 trebles, UK doubles, 2, 3, and because it's a corner, we will chain 2 in between this, and then we'll go back in for our second group of trebles. And third treble. Okay, the next chain space here, it's not a corner, so we are not chaining 1 in between. We're yarning over and we're putting in our group of trebles. Again, we're going to here, but it's not a corner here, so straight in there for our first group of trebles. And because it's a corner, we are chaining 2 in between. 1, 2, and back in again with our second group of trebles. Third treble. Our next space is not a corner, so we're not chaining in between this. We're just going straight in for our group of trebles. There we go. Again, we're now going into our corner, but we're not at corner, so we're not chaining in between. We're just going straight in for our first group of trebles. Sorry, my yarn is caught up there. 1, 2, 3. Because it's a corner, we are chaining 2, 1, 2, and we are going back in with our second group of trebles, UK doubles. Properly. And we are now at the back of the row. We will slip stitch to the top of that. And again, at this point here, to keep going, we're going to turn our work. What we'll do in this row, if you want to keep going, make it bigger, is you'll put a group of 3 trebles in there. You will not chain 1. You will jump straight in there. You'll do a group of 3 trebles. Because it's a corner, you will chain 2. Another group of 3 trebles. Then you go into this space here. There'll be no chain between the second group of trebles there. You'll just do 3 trebles in there. No chain. 3 trebles in there. No chain. 3 trebles. 2 chain. 3 trebles in there because it's a corner. And you will work your way around and you will end up with a beautiful square. As I say, you can keep going as large as you want, but that is definitely what you would call a square, granny square. Thanks for watching.